For CTIN 463 this week, we split into 4 groups and discussed how each of these groups reflected how we interacted with other people. The homework was to interact with 2 people who were not my own group. I spoke with a friendly and agreeable person, and I also spoke with a quiet and reserved person. These 2 groups are actually very similar in my opinion. When asked for input, both were not very forward with their ideas. They didn't want to give new ideas, they wanted to improve mine or agree with mine. Especially the quiet and reserved one. While they had really awesome ideas once I finally got it out of them, I really had to dig and not give my own input to get their input. Often people see direct and outspoken language as rude. I understand this, but at the same time, to speak with a friendly and agreeable person and get their honest opinion on something took about 5 times longer than it did with a direct and outspoken person. My interaction with them was me actually asking a lot of questions to dig down into the root of what they're saying. They're listeners, and they will contribute when they feel they should. As a direct and outspoken person, taking on the friendly and agreeable role was actually really difficult, because I basically felt the need to agree with others even when I thought there were flaws with their ideas. Taking on the role of a quiet and reserved person, however, I was at least able to speak my mind concisely. I felt that when I needed to speak up, I could, but I didn't feel like the entire situation was up to me to solve. That is something that the direct and outspoken person often comes across. The best way to interact with all of these people is, in my opinion, to be like them. Interacting with a direct and outspoken person should be direct and outspoken. I think quiet and reserved people need to be listened to as much as they are spoken to. It needs to be a balance. And friendly and agreeable people often need to be encouraged to give their own opinion. Overall, it seems to me there's actually 2 sides to this table, the introverted and the extroverted. Interacting with people in the way that they interact with me was very enlightening. I thought it was really interesting to take another side of how people interact. Looking back on past interactions with anyone, I can see that taking a different approach would be beneficial to some people, if not most. However, my nature doesn't really do that. And at the same time, I don't think that quiet and reserved people should feel that they need to be quiet and reserved. And I don't think friendly and agreeable people should always be agreeable. Thoughtful and analytical people, that's a pretty good group, honestly. I think they should always be thoughtful and analytical. However, they should definitely also speak their mind so that everyone knows what they're thinking. As a direct and outspoken person, I cannot understand what someone is thinking about unless they say it.